You likely know her, you've seen her here on the 4, and many of you love her pizza. Well, good news, you can now find it at the store, not just her popular restaurants. World-renowned chef Ann Kim has a new line of frozen foods at Target, part of its Good and Gather brand, and it's available at most Target stores nationwide. You'll find 4 pizzas and 3 Korean-inspired apps. I had the chance to talk with Ann today, and she told me it's certainly not a partnership that popped up overnight.
During the pandemic, Pizzeria Lola and Young Joni started selling frozen pizzas. I thought maybe there's a way to get this out to a broader audience. So I actually contacted Target, just sort of cold email. And then about a year or so later, I was invited to speak at one of the meetings that they were holding. One of the people that was on the initial conversation attended the event where I was speaking, and he basically spoke to some higher ups and said, "Hey, I'd like to re-engage Ann." And they had lunch at Young Joni so they could get a better sense of my culinary philosophy and palate. And that's when we decided that we would broaden the scope and include a handful of Korean appetizers too, because so much of my influence comes from my Korean heritage. And then the rest is history. 2+ years later, here we are on the shelves of Target nationwide.
The pizza empire grows once again.
I don't know if I'd call it an empire. I'm really grateful that I'm able to take something that I really love and pursued 15 years ago and able to reach so many more people. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity.
That story is so interesting. What is the lesson you'd pass on to people who are in business, who are entrepreneurs?
It's easy to get inside of your head and tell yourself a lot of different stories. There's a lot of noise out there. And I think the most important thing is to be clear about your purpose, your vision, your values, and let that be your guiding star. We've got a bulgogi meatball, a Korean corn cheese ball, and a kimchi and pork mandu, which I know, Erin, you love kimchi. And so it meant a lot to me to be able to get kimchi on the shelves in the form of a dumpling.
Sounds great. Yeah, next is Costco. I mean, where are we headed next? Because
I'm open.
She's like, I wouldn't say no to Costco. So the offerings in this new lineup are pretty cool. For the wood-fired pizzas, you got the pickle pie, 4 cheese with sweet and spicy chili sauce, spicy sausage and sweet pepper, and then the tavern-style uncured pepperoni and jalapeno. Plus, you got the apps, Korean-inspired bulgogi meatballs, corn cheese bites, and kimchi dumplings, which is what you have in front of you, gentlemen. This is the kimchi dumpling I made with love in our studio kitchen. It really does work right before the show. So give her a go. While you do, I will tell you the pizza crust as well.
May I do that?
Yeah, okay. Dig into the pizza. That's the spicy sausage and sweet pepper. This one's cut for you already if you want to be.
Oh, I see. Okay.
If you want to be demure, Mike. But she said, you know, she was in the test kitchen. It was kind of a taste testing situation. And she said the crust was non-negotiable for her.
Good, because
she didn't want to sacrifice that.
Most frozen pizza crusts are terrible.
Right.
This is, I mean, look at the height on that.
Watching that rise, I was very surprised, and that goes right with the point Erin just made.
Yeah, and I think it was interesting hearing about a collaboration with Target. This is a big deal. I mean, it's nationwide. I assume it's big business for her, and it doesn't pop up overnight. It's not even like they called her. She called them.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have everything to gain by going with somebody who is as good at what she does as Ann, because again, frozen pizzas generally are not good, and this is spectacular.
Add to this, affordable. Yes. We were trying to guess the price, you know, and Kim's got her name attached to it. We're like, could this be $10, $11? These are $7.99, and I think there's value in that, especially with the flavor, because this is not just plain cheese. Right. There's some zing to it.
Yeah, this one I had has like a sweet and spicy feel.
I like the flavor. Yes, an interesting flavor, a little elevated from what is currently available in the frozen aisle. So.
Yeah, okay, emergency pizza going into my freezer.